congratulations to the Denver Nuggets on a heck of a postseason run. They gave us all that they could handle. So much respect for Murray and Jokic and all of their players, Coach Malone, and their whole program. I just feel like he's had a chip on his shoulder all year long, and everybody has doubters. And to be in the Eastern Conference and get there as much as he had, now to come over to the Western Conference, I think is just an enormous accomplishment. To do it with the third team, so much respect for him and love for him, and for what he's meant to me. He's empowered this whole group with just buying into the plan that we had with how we wanted to play this year, and getting the whole group to buy in, and obviously a great part of why we've had this success, understanding that the job's not done. When you got two great captains and great player leadership like we have with Anthony and LeBron, who are super focused and have the ability on the floor to dominate long stretches of games, you have a chance. So I just feel like this game tonight, we knew what this team was capable of with their survival instincts, and I was just proud of how locked in we were. There's 30 great teams competing every year. Only two get to the finals. Actually came in 98, but we're splitting hairs there. And I don't take it for granted. We have a special group that I feel very fortunate to be a part of, to be aligned with two all-time players in LeBron and Anthony, and with an iconic franchise. And I'm super happy for all Laker Nation. We feel your support. Wish we could do this at Staples Center. But we feel your support. Wish we could do this at Staples Center. But, I know how proud our fan base is and how used to being in this position that they are. And it's been a while. So happy for you, Laker Nation, to get us back where we belong.
As the confetti fell onto the court, you were kind of sitting there on the ground. Can you share with us what was going through your mind, what you were doing as you were just sitting there? It looked like you were stretching a little.
Yeah, I was just getting my breath back up underneath me after a hard-fought series versus one of the most well-coached teams I played against in the postseason. One of the most respected teams I've played against, and obviously you guys know how much I love Mike Malone. He's incredible. I was also thinking about some of my teammates this is their first appearance at the finals. Obviously AD had a lot of my thought process, and this is the reason why I wanted to be a teammate of his and why I brought him here. I wanted him to see things that he hadn't saw before in this league, and to be able to come through for him meant a lot for me personally. And then I started thinking about the next opponent. Boston had a few moments in my head. Miami had a few moments in my head as well, on how challenging that's going to be. Whoever wins that next series, and how challenging that's going to be. And then I just started thinking about my journey as well. So, all of that was just going through my mind as the confetti was on the floor, as it's coming down, landing on my shoulder, and things of that nature. So for us as a franchise, I'm extremely proud to be a part of this franchise getting back to where it belongs. And that's playing for championships and compete for championships and represent the Western Conference this year in the championship. So this is what I came here for. And, I heard all the conversations and everything that was said about why did I decide to come to LA. The reason I came to LA, it was not about basketball, and all those conversations of, naysayers and things of that nature. But I understood that, and with the season last year and with my injury, it just gave them more, more sticks and more wood to throw in the fire to continue to say the things that they would say about me. But it never stopped my journey. It never stopped my mindset. It never stopped my goal. And I'm happy, like I said, and proud of this organization, and proud of my teammates. I'm proud of the coaching staff, the front office, and our ownership as well, at this very moment today.
Hey, LeBron, you just mentioned, it's Mike Trudell back in LA. You mentioned getting the Lakers back to the finals. The last time they got there, Game 6, Western Conference Finals 2010, Kobe goes for 37, hits all those dagger jumpers in the fourth. Just wondered how you processed your emotions all year about Kobe, and as this run has continued, wearing the purple and gold, how that's all sat in your mind.
I mean, every time you put on purple and gold, you think about his legacy, you think about him and what he meant to this franchise for 20 plus years. And what he stood for, both on the floor and off the floor. What he demanded out of his teammates, what he demanded out of himself. We have some similarities in that sense. Our games are different as far as our mindset and our drive to want to be the best and our drive to not lose or even, if the score, sometimes you're going to lose games, but just that drive to always want to be, victorious, it stops you from sleeping. And sometimes you put certain things, you sacrifice a lot of things, you sacrifice your family at times because you're so driven to be, so great that other things fall by the wayside at times. So I understand that. I'm one of the few that can understand the mindset that he played with and the journey from high school to the NBA. So it's just a thing that, that I carry with me. Like I said, every time I decide at one point in that locker room before the game when I throw that jersey on. Oh, y'all ass sneaking here. Okay.
So, the nature of your accomplishments has had you compared to other greats of the game for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But you've insisted, like, I'm my own guy, it's my own story. So what about the fact that, you didn't just stay in the first team you played with, the same first city you played with. You go to Miami, you go to LA. And what has that meant to you to kind of blaze your own trail as a superstar or whatever?
I don't know. I've never looked at it that way. I never said, okay, I want to, cast myself as a superstar or whatever the case may be. I just want to travel my own journey because it is my journey. And I've appreciated, everything that's happened along the way. And throughout, the ups, the downs, the ups on the court, the downs on the court, the wins, the losses. But I've been able to, I guess as Frank Sinatra would say, I did it my way.
When I first got here, he told me that he wants to give me my first ring. And I told him, I want to get him back to the finals. Last year he didn't get there. Injury, and he was in a good place. I think they're in fourth place, when he got hurt. So, who knows what could have happened. But, he missed last year. And, I tell him all the time, I got your back, you got my back. And, especially in games like this, miss a couple shots, he takes over. And it's throughout the entire series, every playoff series we've been in, either he takes over or I take over at one point just to kind of get the team going. But, we don't want to let each other down. We know why. I came here, we want to win a championship. We're 4 wins away.